Now I think it's just up to us to find the actual loot. And there may be a few other things down here. That's just an herb. Here's some kind of monster. Sounds... Oh, it's probably the fork tail back there. So it sounds like a pretty unusual one. Didn't really recognize the noise it was making. Any chests hidden around here? This certainly seems like an area that could have some nice chests hidden, but then again, there is, of course, the actual quest. The actual treasure hunt. Which is further in that direction. Can we go up here? Yes, we can. I think it's going to be up here, then. That's probably our forktail back there. But chest in here? Question mark? Eh? Maybe not? Maybe not. Elevation change, perhaps? Is it higher up? Ah. Didn't he say it was on the top floor or something? Or that looks like a harpy nest. Can't say I'm surprised to see, given the circumstances. Well, quite the view. Oh. Oh, what do we have here? Can you climb this, Geralt? I really feel like I'm very nervous about him trying to jump up there and get up onto that thing, and then, you know, he, like, kicks off of it and then falls back down here, and we, you know, plummet all the way down there to our demise. Let's save here for that reason, just in case. I feel like it might be up here. If we're feeling really bold, we could do that, because that makes tons of sense. That just makes tons of sense! He does not want to make this jump. There we go. More harpy nests. Is it up here? Oh my goodness. Maybe. It actually maybe. Yup. This was it. Man. That was pretty well hidden. New Moon Trousers. They're relic rarity. I'm curious what those are. And Hayrog Runestone? I don't recognize that one by name, but of course we've seen runestones in the past. Greater Triglab Runestone. Yeah, then again, can't exactly say that I've been making points of remembering the runestones by name. So now how do we get down without falling to our demise? Also, I'm somewhat tempted to try to get the forktail's attention when we're this high up, because we're actually at, you know, as close to its elevation now as we might ever be. But I think what we do here is, again, we probably save, and then we just try our best to not tumble to our death, as we nearly did. Geralt, I swear, Geralt. He's so keen on doing that roll. I'm not pressing the roll button. He is taking that upon himself. But I think we've done the worst of it here. I think those were the big drop-offs. Anything else to loot here? Ooh, there may be. The account book and 36 ords mainly consists of calculations and notes concerning the management of real estate in Oxenfurt, Novigrad, and the surrounding region, with comments scrawled in the spaces between entries. A man named Nicholas Vogel, heard the name, showed up at our office, introduced himself as a biologist. The fellow made a bad impression on me from the start. Short, thin, and hunchback. Can never trust those people, right? Totally not just judging a book by its cover. Spectacles thick as wine bottles perched on his nose. Oh my goodness. The nerve. The nerve of this man. Had to grin and bear it, though, for he was willing to pay generously, and in species, to rent the tower. First 3 months delivered in advance. The owner agreed, so what could I do? But I was curious about this biologist, and wanted to learn what he wanted a whole tower for. He was cagey at first, then let slip, giddy with excitement, that he planned to rear harpies. You don't rear harpies, I cried. But he retorted that he'd soon change that, and his tamed, tower-bred harpies would prove their use in warfare. Sure, I can see it already. Winged vermin donning the Redanian red, flying off all in a row. I swear, I've ever heard a bigger load of rubbish. My name ain't Ron Drump. Okay, so, is there anything in here? Sort of. Olives. And alcohol. And some other crafting stuffs, perhaps. I know about the royal lineages. Oh. Damn it. I saw it. There we go. Anything else in here? Yup. And here as well. And that could lead us out here. Ooh. Now this is nifty. Anything else up here, or is this just another way up to the place where we were before? Maybe. That's not really what I'm wanting to do, Geralt, but that may have technically been the quote-unquote correct direction, whereas we went this way. But I think that may be just about everything here. I want to check this corner. See if we missed anything around here other than Crow's Eye. And, you know, just like climb the wall of corpses, and we'll be on our way out. So, that was a treasure hunt and a guarded treasure over here. And there are certainly other things around here, but I was thinking that now we go back to doing the Without a Trace. Just double check if any of these other things make sense to go over to them in the meantime. I mean, there's this little village outside Erde, or Erd. I'm not sure if we're going to find anything at these two houses. We may have already been there. There is this bandit camp that's not far away. We could potentially do that, but I think maybe we've actually been to the Von Everett estate before, and we put a marker here back then. That's interesting. I did not remember that. But that's been there for a very long time then, that means. But I think we head here, and then depending on what our next step is, we may check out this bandit camp or this question mark on our way out. We'll see. Depends where our next stop after this will be. Okay. And of course, using Roach would be faster here, but generally my rule of thumb whenever we're exploring a new or new-ish area, that it is, I feel, preferable to go on foot so that it's a little bit easier to see if there's anything else around here for us to check out. Because otherwise with Roach you might speed past things and be more likely to miss them. There's this little wagon here. Is there anything of interest with that wagon? The dead guy. Can't loot it. I mean, there's a chance we actually were here before, and we have already tried looting this. Might be why. It is a little odd. And here are those houses that we were saying we were expecting to run into before, the ones that are perhaps a little bit outside of that other area where we were actually planning on going. There are definitely lots of chests here. So, appears as though several of them have already been looted, maybe? This place looks vaguely familiar to me. I feel like there is a chance we have been here before. What are these dudes all about? Some lumberjacks?
The plague!
The plague!
The wenches, witches coming!
Anything in here? More lumberjacks? Taking a snooze at that. I mean, it is 4:30 in the morning, so surprisingly bright for 4:30 in the morning at that. Ooh. Don't mind if I do. Pure silver. Not bad. Okay. And that? Anyone get mad at us for taking this? Doesn't look like it. Mushrooms! Oh, that's actually not what I wanted to do. That was. Okay, I think that's just about it here. Let's head into our actual circle. We're looking for tracks for this guy that went missing. He's a halfling. What did he say? Light hair. That's just about all we know. Well, there's something over there. Yeah, that looks significant. Whatever this may be. Anything else, or is it just this broken down wagon? Looks like it may just be this. Let's do the red stuff last, because that's going to be quest related. Or if we get a full amber there, that's quite valuable.
Herbalist's cart. Got some blood here.
Okay. And looks like we can, yes, follow.
Blood.
The blood?
Dried. A few days old.
Okay. This any different here? Are we just following it? I think we're just following it. Yeah. Let's save. And see where this leads us. Presumably to some kind of beast lair. Or some bandits that kidnapped him. There is something over here. Actually, yeah, where are we headed? So we do have a fast travel spot here. Headed to Erd. Don't remember what was here when we did previously arrive at this location. Oh! I vaguely remember that this was one of the few relatively safe places, when, at least at the time, when we were exploring this area. Because again, a long time ago when we were like level 20, we ran around here, and for the most part we had to run from everything, because every enemy around here was way too strong for us to take out, because we didn't realize at the time this was technically supposed to be the DLC area. But, this time round, things might be a little bit different, if we actually have a more direct reason for going here.
Cold. Need to look around. Ask. Maybe someone's seen him.
It's kind of suspicious. And it leads right in here. I'm not gonna lie, for a second I thought that mushroom was a glowing red thing for us to investigate for quest reasons. So I do believe we've been in this village before. Oh. Well. Definitely something here. A lot of things here. This looks like our house, but I am curious to see if there's anything else that we should investigate first. People for us to talk to and whatnot, perhaps.
Judd, sharp now. We've company. What's brought you to these parts, master?
Well, we're just checking out a halfling that's disappeared, is all.
Looking for someone.
Ah, do tell. Perhaps we can help.
Ah, you see, we found some blood in the building just next door. Totally not suspicious. What is this place, though?
What is this place, exactly?
A village? Plain to see?
Abandoned huts
Is
is
it,
about
though?
all I see.
Aye. It's only us now.
Okay.
To the city seeking work, and the old have all died. Ain't that right, Judd?
Right as rain.
These people are suspicious. I mean, if that halfling either got attacked or captured or what, I mean, he's bleeding. So something or someone tried to harm him, and then appears to have dragged him toward this village, and these are the only two people currently living in this village. That makes you guys prime suspects number 1 and 2. Looking for an herbalist's apprentice?
Looking for someone named Fulkert. Light-haired halfling. Ring any bells?
Aye. Saw a
Maybe.
little one round here. Out picking herbs.
till he got hurt. Ran across a trail of blood. Trail led me here.
Just as you say. Wolves had attacked him. He fled here seeking shelter. I told him, back to your city, young master. Plenty such dangers hereabouts. But the fool was stubborn. Said he had to pick his blooms aforehand.
Is that what happened though?
And that were the last of him. Heard howling that night. Sent shivers down my spine.
So where are his remains? Wolves would have left something. His boots, maybe.
Didn't go looking, but he's too old to go tramping about in the woods.
I'm very suspicious of these people. Alright.
So long.
Report back to the herbalist. No, not yet. Okay, their house is locked. I definitely am, at least...
Rotting meat.
Oh. Many different things here to investigate. All the scent to its source using which your senses. Let's see. So we can report back to the herbalist, but I think there's a lot more things we can find out. We can investigate that other house where I saw the blood. And that makes me think that, this elderly couple captured this halfling. Why would they do that? I don't think it was actually Wolf that attacked him. I think they attacked him, maybe, and then basically tried to hold him in there. And that makes me think that, well, maybe it wasn't a wolf per se, but perhaps someone or something wolf-like, if you know what I'm getting at. Ooh, this is also a red circle around it. Oh, I vaguely remember this. There's several things that had ashes in them over here. Did have the red glow to it. I don't know if that's just supposed to be a, hey, you should check this place out type of thing. We can break the door, at the very least. But, you should check it out even if there isn't necessarily anything in it. Didn't look like there's anything in it, but of course, that other building absolutely does. We're definitely going to go back into that. I just want to... let's not break our ankles if we don't have to. There are some situations in which we do need to break our ankles, yes. Break through here. This looks like just loot, at least at the moment. Tell if we were looting through a wall or what. Come on, Geralt. Little 360. Little 360. Not an ambi turner, okay? Then, ooh, again, the mushrooms. They're just the right shade of red that make me think that they're part of the quest. That's locked. Okay, but this was the building, right? Yeah, there's rotting flesh. But this is the place where I was thinking, we should look around a bit here. There's some signs of blood. Like a bloody handprint there. It's not the type of thing that you find in the average home. That's the kind of thing that you find where someone has been torturing someone. So, that's kind of my suspicion here. What do we have?
Bloodstains. Months old.
Months old? Ooh. Okay. That would suggest that it's not this guy, not the halfling that we've been trying to find, but perhaps an indication that this couple have, at least on previous occasions, captured people and done something to hurt them. Can we chat with them again? Now that we have more information? Can we go through this? No, it's still up.
You again. Well, out with it. What brings you here?
This. Do we tell them? Do we try to call them out on it? I mean, they may try to deny it, but they know. Yeah, all artable doors glow red. I guess that's true. Even if it isn't necessarily something that's going to have a quest-related thing in it, it'll still glow red, even if it's just a simple artable door with nothing significant behind it. But I think we'll bring it up. Now, there's a chance that they'll get all mad at us or whatnot, but let's try.
Bloodstains in the hut next door. Know anything about that?
Probably going to deny it.
Aye, course. Judd Guts game.
Right, that's why there's a bloody handprint.
In someone else's hut?
None live there no more, see? And working neath the roof, it's more pleasant, civilized. Rain don't whip and sun don't blind.
But why poke your nose in there to start with? You know
Yeah.
what happened to the Falkert fellow? My woman told you.
You killed them. Yeah, I think they're werewolves. Or something like that.
So long.
So, out of curiosity, once our HUD comes back up, can we get our HUD to come back up? I got very startled for a second there when I saw the deer coming through. I was like, what is that? First I thought it was like a bear or something. But I want our... Can we make our HUD come back up in the top left corner there? So I want to see if our Witcher medallion is glowing / vibrating when we're near these two. But it doesn't seem to want to do that. What if we like eat some food? Okay, now we get it back up. Is the medallion going... except it goes away almost instantaneously. Okay. Couldn't really tell in that split second. But I think what we'll do now is we'll follow this trail of smell. See what we find. Maybe this was just going to take us to... Oh, can we get it? Whoa. I mean, climb on their roof, go through their chimney. Oh, what is this? What is this? There's a trap door. Okay. Yeah, they're certainly hiding a lot. What is down here? Why didn't you tell us about this? Yeah, scent goes down here. And is this gonna, like... Either this is gonna pop back up in their house, or it's gonna pop back up in their neighbor's house. And, you know, we'll see that they actually, like, took someone down and like, killed them or tortured them or something. Or this is just... They don't even need to do that, they're just doing it down here. Yeah, they're just doing that down here.
Damn it.
Yep. I mean... It was pretty clear. These people were no good. Trying to loot this stuff. Thank you. It was pretty clear. These guys were up to something. Only a matter of time before we figured them out. Now, like, they've got some animals they're, like, sacrificing or eating or something, and then they've got... That looks like it may be our halfling, I'm afraid.
Light-haired halfling. Must be Fulkert. Ripped open, gutted, and drained. No way to determine the cause of death.
I mean, plenty of things that could have caused it. Okay, so now we interrogate them. Because, yes, we've learned a lot. Learned a lot from this. Now, I suspect that they are not going to be pleased with us having found this out. They're going to like, "Rah," and then we're going to, like, shapeshift, turn into the vampires or werewolves that they are. That's my theory. Is there more scent to follow? I mean, that looked like a dead end, right? Pretty sure that was it on that side of things. I'm actually curious to see what the quest says now. So, Otto told Geralt his apprentice Fulkert had not returned from an herb-gathering excursion to the Dead White Wood. Though this was not at all on Geralt's way, he decided to help the desperate herbalist. Something tells me this was not merely on account of the reward on offer. Though those knowing only Geralt's surface from ballads and rumors might find this hard to believe, deep down, he was really a softie. Pretty sure that's all of it? Okay, gotcha. Yeah, that seems like we've got some pretty significant evidence to bring against them here. between the stuff we found in the other building, that dungeon in which they killed the guy and, like, gutted him. That's, pretty nasty stuff. Now, the question is, what happens next?
Been to your larder. Meat-rich diet. That what you like?
Master, not at all. Tain't like that.
Best hope not. You'll be next to get a hook through your neck.
The wolves killed him. Him and the others.
You.
We but gathered
You,
the bodies.
being the wolves.
That's the truth.
We're old and frail, we've no strength to plough or sow, but we gotta eat. Have pity, master.
Oh, this is interesting. So they're trying to make the case that they're desperate old people who can't gather food for themselves, so they basically just have become cannibals. So we can say, alright, fine, but never do it again. Or we can say, no, I don't know about that. This seems like you guys are just up to no good. And basically say, we're now going to kill you. I mean, so the thing is, they're not exactly, despite being, or at least trying to make it seem as if they're just an old couple, you know, be one thing if, like, you know, they actually just gathered up the remains of, like, dead people and cooked them and ate them. But, you know, as soon as you had a dungeon in which you cut people up and then ate them, then it becomes a lot harder for us to justify this. Not to mention that the halfling's cart was well outside of your town here, and then you went and, I mean, presumably you sought him out, dragged him over here, and then put him in your dungeon, and then you ate him. Like, that's not just a passive, like, oh, well, that's all we could do type of situation. That's no, we're actively seeking out ways to, you know, like, kill people and eat them. So, you know, you don't really seem nearly as innocent as you're trying to make it seem like you are. Not to mention, you know, the camera was cutting to other meat that they had on their table there. Can't really know if the wolves killed them or not. Yeah, we don't have conclusive evidence per se, and I mean, you say, yeah, you know, you need to cut them up before you eat them. That may be the case, I don't know. I'd like not to think too much about the intricacies of cannibalism, but my point being here that I'm not so keen on forgiving you here, where it seems like you've gone out of your way quite a bit to be cannibals here.
Folks say we witchers have no feelings. It's a barefaced lie. Right now, I feel rage, and I can't wait to vent.
Oh, I mean, just says peasants. So, I mean, no, like, crazy transformations here. Not turning into monsters. You know, were we the monsters all along? Perhaps. I mean, they're also, like, as you can see here, they're able-bodied human beings. So, like, did they really need to eat people? Or did they just choose to eat people because they're terrible human beings? That's basically what I'm getting at. I think that was the case.
Humans.
Yeah. Strange meat, you say. And a rusty key. Ah, okay. I'm guessing that with that key, we can perhaps go into their building. It was locked behind them. And behind this door, we're either going to find things that make them seem suddenly extremely innocent or suddenly extremely guilty. And then we're going to have to, you know, deal with our feelings and be like, oh, man, now we're terrible human beings ourselves. Or something like that. What do we learn about them from here? Got some books. And water and alcoholic beverages. More alcoholic beverages. More water. They're keeping hydrated. That much is for sure. I'm also curious to investigate that strange meat in a second. More beverages. We saw it. Looking for something a little more telling. I mean, you have olives. Not that that's a huge life-sustaining meal, but it's not like you didn't have other food. This is locked. Don't know if there's actually a way to get through there, or if that is legitimately permanently locked. Let's see. Curious if we can figure anything out if we try to examine that strange meat. We got, I think it was raw meat from one of them and then strange meat from the other. I wonder if perhaps one of them was technically human and the other one was not, and they were kind of accomplices. Is this it? Hunk of suspicious looking meat. Is that the most definitive of an answer we get? It might be. It might be. It's suspicious looking meat. So I think maybe not both of them, but perhaps one of them. I think that was technically the husband that dropped the strange looking meat. Might have actually been some kind of, you know, well, I mean, technically we were using a steel sword there. Oh. Again, rotting flesh. So, that's an interesting one. I mean, there's a chance there is more to figure out there, but we did do a fair bit of investigative work. Try to figure out what was truly going on there, but it may just be one of those situations where you can't have a definitive answer. You just have a bunch of partial evidence, and you have to try to piece it together yourself and come up with what feels like the best conclusion to you. And yeah, my thought was that perhaps one of them was human, but at least one of them was not. And that they were deliberately, proactively going out and trying to eat humans. And for that reason, you know, that doesn't fly. And, you know, that's perhaps, at least in part, why the guy that we were trying to find, the halfling, he's now dead. I mean, maybe it's human, but I think one of them dropped raw meat and one of them dropped the strange meat, right? I think that's what happened. So, like, the raw meat is also kind of strange coming from humans, because no other human enemies that we fight have ever dropped that, I don't think. But strange meat, the fact that you are distinguishing between that meat and other meat does suggest that there is some significant difference between them, right? And if that is the case, then, well, why might that be? Well, I mean, if your insides are different than what a normal human being's insides would be, then, I mean, the reason for that is because you're not a human, right? It was the forked tail here. This was the one that kept on flying way overhead and wouldn't pay us any mind. So we may just proceed to ignore it. This is where we were finding Philippa, or not finding Philippa, but finding Philippa, rather. We do have a fast travel spot here. We have explored this general area right here, so maybe this is fine for us to take this. Because we have certainly, I mean, like, at this point, if you just go straight west from here, obviously we've been to the Sumerian partisan hideout before. So I think we just fast travel to the hut. Ooh, that's an interesting question. Should you tell me what happens if we leave them be and come back later? I mean, my suspicion would be if we did that. My guess would be if we did that, we said, oh, you seem innocent enough, left, reported back to this herbalist here, and then came back on later occasion. My guess would be that there's sign of additional people that they've eaten. Perhaps even if we tell them, never again. That would be my guess, at least. As for whether that's actually true or not, of course, I don't know. That would be my guess.
Hey there.
We got some bad news for you, bud.
Volkert, your apprentice. I know what happened to him.
Out with it.
Ramps is miserable and says she dies of hunger? Okay, so, oh, we can lie to him. We can say it was an accident, or we can say cannibals ate him. I think we gotta tell him the truth, right? It's tough, but I think he deserves to know what really happened.
Really no gentle way to put this. Cannibals ate him.
Cannibals? A short ride from Novigrad. In Velen, that would be one thing, but here... Gods! You slew them, right? Tell me you killed them.
I did.
Now he wants us to kill them.
There's that. Your coin. Take it and now please be on your way. I must write to Folker's parents.
Interesting. How many crowns was that? It's on the corner of the screen for a second. Only 36 experience points? What? 200. Okay. So yeah, I mean, that further, I feel, kind of supports my theory. Specifically, if Grandma dies and Gramps does not, because Gramps was the one who had the strange meat. So that would not surprise me if he's the one that lives for that reason. If he's not human, then, you know, he has other things going on that makes it more likely for him to be able to survive. But anyways, let's see. So that was one side quest. What about... Should we start on another one? Should we go back to the main quest? What are we thinking? What are we thinking is the best way to go here? Because I don't know how many side quests we're going to get in total. Is one thing to bear in mind. Is like, you know, if we do these two ones here, are we suddenly basically going to be out of side quests for the entirety of the DLC? Maybe? I don't know. Then we might just be speed running the main quest after that. Is that the worst thing in the world then? Maybe not. But it might be best to do a little bit of this, a little bit of that, mix it up here and there. You recommend startup costs? Okay, let's do that then. Visit the rune rite and learn more about his craft. Okay, sure. Oh, let's read more about it though. I mean, this one we've had for a very long time. This might be the first quest we've ever gotten for the DLC. You can tell an experienced witcher by the way he examines a notice board. To the novice eye, these weathered planks contain nothing but clumsily scrawled messages touching on matters thoroughly mundane, trifling announcements, offers of sales or purchases, food rhymes, etc., etc. Ad nauseum. A witcher with years under his belt, however, will search the dross carefully, knowing that it often hides a jewel, a witcher contract, for example, or, as in this particular case, information about a mysterious rune rite from a far-off land. Alright. Where is this guy, then? Where is this rune rite? Whoa! Way off in the corner. I mean, I suppose we were just at the Von Everett estate not long ago, although we can't go much further. I mean, I imagine, like, this is the end of the world right here, probably, right around this question mark, so... Okay, I mean, we're probably fast-traveling to the estate in that case, and there's a bunch of stuff over here. I mean, we could go to... Well, maybe we go Brunwich, take out the monster's nest and clear up the abandoned site, and then we do this. I mean, there's a bunch of stuff around here. Yeah, let's give that a shot. So, are we actually at the... Oh, we are actually at the fast travel spot. Okay. So, yeah. Let's go and do... Where'd you go? This. And there may be enemies right next to this spot. I think this might have been the location that had the Neckers. Just a huge swarm of Neckers all around here. Oh, hello, hunter, dude. Or dudette. But at the time we were like, oh, come on, they're Neckers. How bad could they possibly be? And then they were level question mark, and we were like, oh, run! Also, it's in the opposite direction. Wait, is it? Hold on. Where's our custom marker? Our custom marker is not where it should be. It should be right there. Okay. Now go to our custom marker. So yeah, we explored a lot back when we were doing that. We may not have been able to fight a lot, but yeah, this I think is where we ran into all the Neckers. And at first we thought, we can take them on, don't worry about it, and then we were like, no, This is a terrible mistake. What have we done? Okay. Whoop. Now, they, of course, can very easily outnumber us. That's kind of their thing. Nope. Down goes the Qued. We can just pick off a few of them here or there. That'd be great. Whoa! Where did you come from? Yeah, where are we actually getting all of our bleed from? So it's been happening fairly regularly these days, but I didn't remember putting it on any of our items. But it's... I mean, I haven't really been keeping close attention to how much damage exactly it's been doing. Like in the low hundreds, and then it happens like every second or so. But over the course of
surface here.
The entirety of that bleed duration, it might be pretty decent. I'm guessing there's going to be more Neckers that pop out after we do this. Possibly? Possibly not.